So nothing happened at the Oscars last night. Like, nothing crazy or significant or anything of the sort. Just, pretty standard Oscars, I guess, is what you would say. Hey, y'all. So, the Oscars. I didn't do anything leading up to it. I honestly didn't know that I was going to watch it yesterday. But I thought about the 12-year-old me who used to be so sad that I couldn't stay up to watch all of the Oscars. And I was like, you know what? I got to do it for her. And boy, am I glad that I watched, because there were a lot of things to talk about from last night's Oscars. And a lot of things, too, that just, I have my problems with the Oscars. If you want to know what those are, you can certainly go watch my video when Tom Holland was in the discussions to host. Let's start with that, of my review of the Oscars. Let's start with the host. So we had 3 hosts, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I did not personally find any of them all that funny. And I think last night, some of their jokes really fell flat, or were really like, really? That's the joke that you're gonna make right here, right now? For example, is Amy Schumer, and she made a joke at the very beginning about how Jennifer Lawrence had put on weight for Don't Look Up. It had no punchline. It was literally just a statement that I don't think is true, and just comes across as rude, and they didn't even have Jennifer Lawrence there to even cut to a shot of her. Why would you say something like that? There was also the awkward joke about Kirsten Dunst being a seat filler. Since that joke happened later in the evening after some other maybe unscripted situations happened, I didn't know if that was scripted. I don't know if Jesse Plemons was playing that off, or what the situation was, but that was also interesting. On the contrary, though, I do think the Oscars did a really great job with presenters this year. Normally, you get 2 random people up there. Sometimes it will have to do with the category that they won for in a previous year, and that's why they're up there. This year, they tried to do a lot of things with, casts of movies who, were celebrating some anniversary. However, I don't understand why they picked the movies that they did. Pulp Fiction was at a 28-year anniversary. They could have waited 2 years and done it at 30 years. I don't know if they were just saying the whole cast was available, so mine as well. And I know Samuel L. Jackson just won a governor's award, so I don't know if that has something to do with it, but just sort of odd. However, seeing the whole cast of Pulp Fiction give an award and them do their little dance or reference the movie, hilarious. Or getting to see Jason Momoa and Josh Brolin present an award, although the burp was completely unnecessary, and I'm so confused by that, and just the childish nature of the jokes in this Oscars. Childish honestly might be the theme for this Oscars, if I had to think about it. Again, we'll get to more later. But yeah, I thought they did a pretty good job with putting presenters who had at least some sort of chemistry or could talk to one another together. However, there was something up with height differences this Oscars. They put Jacob Elordi with Rachel Ziegler, or I can't say her last name. She literally would run into the middle of his stomach if she didn't have heels on and they were just standing side by side. And so that was sort of weird to me that they put them together. Even Josh Brolin and Jason Momoa, completely different heights. It feels like somebody behind the scenes when they were deciding this was haha, I'm just gonna pair people who are of different heights together, It's not really a criticism of the Oscars, it's just something I noticed, so that's there. I was super happy that Jessica Chastain won. I thought her performance in The Eyes of Tammy Faye was absolutely incredible. I think she deserved it. I know a lot of people are going to be really pissed about it, but I think she gave an incredible performance, and it was an enjoyable movie overall, so I'm glad it got recognized in some way. Absolutely love the costume designer who won for Cruella. She won for Mad Max before, and I remember watching her that year when she had a really custom leather jacket. I love that she was a costume designer and she loves it so much that she's customizing her outfit to the Oscars based on the movie she's nominated for. Those are the kind of people I love to be around, people who love movies that much. One of the sweetest moments of last night's Oscars was when the actor who won for Best Supporting Actor for his role in Coda, I will put his name on the screen, the presenter of the award, and she kind of stopped and looked off into the audience and did something with her hands, and at first I wasn't really sure what she was doing, and then I realized that she signed his name in American Sign Language before saying it so that he and the Coda team would be the first people to know that he won. And I just thinking about it makes me kind of want to cry, and it was so precious. It was so sweet. I hated the incorporation of all the social media awards, and I hated the way that they tried to recoup the awards they cut by having those people accept the awards live on stage and give a speech, because it just looked incredibly rushed. I knew all the cut shots of the people reacting to them were not happening in that situation. It was just so bad and sort of classless and tasteless in my opinion. If you're gonna be the best in motion pictures and the best in cinema Oscars, then give people their due in all categories. Cinema is not just actors and actresses and directors. I still stand by, I think there should be a popular film category. Spider-Man No Way Home, like, I'm sorry, but if a movie is one of the highest grossing movies of all time, and you like do not recognize it in any sort of meaningful way at the Academy Awards, and the social media things do not count, because I'm sorry, nobody liked Cinderella with Camila Cabello better than they like Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, take a second if you think those ratings were accurate, and you tell me which you think was more popular, because I guarantee you it was not the Cinderella remake on Amazon Prime. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just putting that out there. Those are my beefs. But then the main attraction, the thing everybody wants to talk about, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the face. It happened. My thoughts on the matter, not that you asked, is I think had Will Smith potentially handled himself differently, he would have come out as the victor of the evening, of course winning Best Actor later in the night, but he would have looked very classy, and he would have made Chris Rock the bad guy in the court of public opinion. However, because he stormed the stage, yelled expletives at Chris Rock, and physically assaulted the man, I don't think really much more is going to come from this, even though I personally don't feel like the Academy should stand for that. I think they made a major mistake by letting that happen literally on global television, but also there's ratings, and that's what's sickening about this, is like, they can't be a place of like, we're going to have these rules and standards of conduct when like they also want ratings, and like somebody slapping somebody live on global television is going to do that, right? At the end of the day, I just think if the situation had been handled differently by Will Smith, I think people would be thinking about Chris Rock differently this morning and today. But no, they're talking about the fact that Will Smith lost his crap and punched a man in the face on stage, and now is having his award be questioned, which like his performance is completely separate from his actions last night. However, they're always going to be tied together. Like, that moment will not just be Will Smith finally won an Oscar, it will be Will Smith punched someone and then won an Oscar later in the night. That's just, personally, I would not want those two things marred together in my legacy. Other great moments of the night, again, back to the presenters thing, they had 3 live action Disney princesses together, which I thought was such a genius idea. Like, Lily James, Halle Bailey, and Naomi Scott, they had them all together, and I was like, that's super cute. Like, that's actually, they gave the award for Best Animated Picture. I thought that was fantastic. Overall, am I really like super thrilled that anything won or didn't win? Not really. I'm looking forward to the Oscars next year, I guess. I think I just learned this Oscars that like no matter how many problems I have with the Oscars or the Academy or anything, like I will probably still always watch, because like I love being a part of the conversation of it. So, you know, if you have further thoughts on the Oscars, be a part of the conversation, comment down below. Also, if you liked this video or want to talk more about movies or be around for next year's Oscars, be sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button down below so you never miss one of my uploads, Oscars related or not. And thank you again for watching. Have an absolutely amazing night or day, depends when you watch it, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, y'all. This is proof of why I should never be at an award show, because my acceptance speech would literally be horrible.